Hey, what's going on, everybody? Steve here, Rake and Profit, rakeandprofit.com. Coming to you guys with another video, and I'm actually in the parking lot of one of my public libraries, getting ready to go in there and do some studying and learning. But I want to make this video because at the beginning of the year, I shared a bunch of goals that I had and a bunch of big goals that I was looking to accomplish, health goals, financial goals, investing goals, so on and so forth. And there's one goal in particular that, I tell you, the bat was stuck on my shoulder. I just never got the bat off my shoulder, and I was learning about it and I wanted to get into it, but life just happened, so on and so forth, and I never really took much action. I was studying, I was researching, but I never really made that commitment. And over the last couple of weeks, I've found myself in a new place where I'm committed to this goal. And what that goal is investing in my first real estate property. So the time has finally come where I'm ready to take action and make it happen. And I actually have a goal to purchase my first real estate investment property within the next 6 months. So I am super pumped up. I'm super excited about that. And I wanted to share this with you, this goal, for a couple of reasons. Number one, just to hold myself accountable. If you have a YouTube channel, or if you have a Facebook following, or even just your network in general, when you share a big goal and you make it a reality and you start talking about it, magical things start to happen. I always find myself taking more action when I start talking about what I want to do. So that's a big thing right there. I want to hold myself accountable. Number two, I just want to inspire people and motivate people, because I know there's a lot of people out there who have big goals, big dreams, starting a business, getting into real estate, losing weight, so on and so forth, but they just don't know if it's possible. And I can tell you right now, if everyday Joe Schmo like myself can get fit, get healthy, start a business, quit my job, move out of my parents' house, quit smoking 2 packs of cigarettes a day and getting high all the time, and went to jail and got in trouble, and if I was able to change my life, trust me, you could do the same thing. And I've got a big goal of buying my first real estate property within the next 6 months. So I want to kind of document this journey and update you guys as time goes on periodically. And maybe I'll be able to add some value to your guys' lives and be able to help you out. As resellers and as somebody who's self-employed, one of the biggest downsides to, getting older and eventually retiring is you don't have that pension. You don't have that, that money that's going to be coming in. You don't really have a retirement plan. And that's one thing that I've been thinking about. I'm 31 years old, but I'm not getting any younger. And I know deep down inside, my gut has been telling me, Steve, you've got to find something that will be able to take care of you down the road. You've got to get into something that can build wealth. And while, over the last 5 years, I've been focused on freedom and generating these businesses and passive income, it's just not going to be enough. So I want to buy my first piece of real estate. And essentially what I want to buy is, I want to implement a strategy called house hacking. And essentially what house hacking is you buy a piece of real estate. What I'm looking at is a multifamily, anywhere between 2, 3 to 4 units within that property. And I want to live there for at least 1 year. And the reason I want to live there for 1 year is because I want to utilize a loan called an FHA loan, which allows you to put 3.5% down. You have to live there for a year. And yeah, you can get into a property with really not that much money. Now, I also want to live at the property because I don't know a lot about real estate. I'm gonna obviously learn much more as I attend some of my local events, CT RIA, and I read more books. But I wanna be able to self-manage it at first, even though I know it's gonna take a lot of time, because it's my first property. I don't have a ton of experience. I wanna learn as much as I possibly can, and I wanna get my hands in it and really, learn about it as much as I possibly can. So that's kind of the plan for right now. House hacking, again, I'm not sure if it's gonna be a 2, 3, or a 4 unit, but that's where I stand right now, and I'm really, really excited about this. I'm really pumped up. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I'm a bit nervous. This is my first property, and again, I don't have a lot of experience, but I'm gonna do the same thing that I did when I started my eBay business. I'm gonna do the same thing that I did when I first started my Amazon business, when I quit my job. And you wanna know what that's gonna be? That's gonna be learning as much as I can, networking as much as I can, taking as many notes, studying, and just taking action. I know there's one guarantee, and that's whenever I start something new, it's never gonna be perfect. it's never gonna be perfect. I'm gonna make mistakes, I'm gonna screw up, and there's gonna be, issues that come about. But I can tell you right now, if you continually push forward and you continually learn and grow and utilize your network, there ain't nobody who can stop you. So I'm really, really excited about this. And like I said, I'm gonna be sharing my journey with you guys periodically. Right now, I'm kind of like in phase one. I'm just learning. I figured out what strategy I wanna utilize, but I just need to learn some more, read some more. The next upcoming steps are gonna be getting a real estate agent and getting approved for a loan. So kind of going through that process. And if you're wondering, Steve, why do you want to get into real estate? Like, what are some of the reasons why you want to house hack and you want to get into, being a landlord, so on and so forth. And I want to talk really quick about some of the benefits to owning real estate. So number one, this is one of the first benefits. I actually live in an apartment. I rent an apartment, and it's $1,475 a month. Now, obviously, I could rent somewhere cheaper and probably get around $900 to $1,000, but it's gonna be much lower end. It's not really gonna be that nice. The reason I share that with you is because I'm throwing out almost $1,500 a month. Well, I'm not throwing it out, I'm giving it to my landlord, and I'm losing out on that. So if I was able to house hack and get into a property, one of the main goals would be to greatly reduce what I pay in living costs. That could be maybe a couple $100s a month because I'm gonna have a tenant or multiple tenants paying the rent, or having the tenants completely pay the mortgage. I have quite a few friends. I actually have a friend who lives a couple towns over. He rented, he purchased a property. It's a 2-family, and his mortgage and expenses and CapEx and everything, when you take all of his expenses and you minus it from his, his income that comes in, right, from the tenant, he's actually living there for free. So that's one of the big benefits. Like, if I could just find a place, right, even if it's not the best deal in the world, if I could find a place where I live rent free, or maybe it even cost me $300 a month after the tenant pays and expenses, I would still be saving $1,475, which is my rent, minus the $300 or $400 that I pay. So I would still theoretically be saving or putting $1,000 a month into my pocket, right? So that's a benefit right there. Benefit number two, and the second reason why I want to get into real estate, is while I'm making my payments to the bank, the principal that's getting paid down is actually building equity within my property. So after 2-3 years, my principal might be paid down $15,000, $17,000, $18,000. If I was to sell it, minus fees and everything, that would be an additional, profit right there, which is really big. So not only would I be saving money on my, rent, but I would also be building equity in the property. And another benefit is appreciation of the property. So if you take a look over the last 20, 30, 40 years, and you take a look at appreciation prices of real estate, a lot of it has appreciated, sometimes 4, 5, 6, 7, 8% or more. Now, I'm not gonna get into real estate to speculate. I'm not gonna be buying a property hoping that it goes up in price, but that is a benefit right there with my strategy, because it's gonna be more of a buy, hold strategy. And after a year of living there, because again, I've gotta live there for a year to qualify for the FHA loan if I decide to do that, down the road, I could bring another tenant in, I could rent that out, and I can maybe even refinance and get another property. So that's another benefit. Another pro of owning real estate is cash flow. Now, again, I'm not gonna be cash flowing probably because I'm gonna be living there, but maybe if I get a 3 or a 4-plex, maybe I could if I get a good enough deal. So that's another benefit. And one of the last benefits, I'm sure there's more, is the tax savings. Now, I'm not a CPA, but I do know that real estate offers some great tax savings, especially if you're self-employed, you're looking to shelter your income as much as possible. So that's another benefit right there. It could save me some money overall by being able to shelter some of my income. So that's it, guys. That's all I have for you. Again, I'm still in phase one, learning as much as possible, but I've gotten to that place in my mind where I'm committed. I found the strategy that I want to utilize, which is house hacking. I'm looking for a 2 to 4 unit multifamily, probably going to utilize an FHA loan. I'm not really short on cash, so I'm not opposed to going with a conventional loan, 20% down. I'm still open to ideas, but that's kind of where I stand right now. next action steps, keep reading, keep educating, keep learning, keep taking notes. Get myself an experienced real estate agent who has experience purchasing multifamily homes, get pre-qualified, and make this happen within the next 6 months. Again, I do have my apartment on lockdown on lease for the next 6 months, so if I was to find a property in 3 months, I don't know if it'd be a smart idea to buy it because I still have 3 months on my lease. I don't know, maybe you guys can give me some tips right there. But that's where I stand, guys. I'm like so freaking excited. I've been reading and learning and educating like all year long, but like it's really like become amplified over the last couple of weeks. And I don't know, I just feel like this is like a new page in the book of my life. And I don't know, I'm just really inspired by it. Like I'm just so freaking excited. I'm excited to share the journey. I'm excited to make mistakes. I'm excited to learn. Like this is fresh. This is, I don't know, this is just awesome. Now I know it's not gonna be all peachy and roses and there's gonna be a lot of issues, and there's gonna be people saying, Steve, it's a nightmare landlording and all these things can go wrong and people calling you in the middle of the night. I know, just like any business, right? Like you see all these like Facebook ads of like Shopify stores and private label and wholesale and reselling and like get started, it's so amazing. Everything's amazing, but everything also sucks. Like there's always gonna be parts of a business and like a specific model that is just like horrible, but there's always a way to get around it by building systems, being smart, learning from other people. So there's gonna be a million people who say, Steve, that's a great idea. There's also gonna be a million people who say, Steve, you're freaking stupid, like landlording, like it's not worth it. So I'm well aware of that. So with that being said, feel free to share your opinion, good or bad, agree, disagree, like that's all good. But just know I'm aware that, you know, every business comes with the good and the bad. And I think this is what I want to do, and I'm committed to buying my first property within the next 6 months, and I'll keep you guys posted. So share your tips down below. Much love, much respect, and I appreciate you guys watching this video. Peace. I'll see you in the next one.